My dad gave the family business to my brother, so I left and started my own. Now, my business is thriving, my brother doesn't know what he's doing, and I'm getting married. So my older brother, 30M, went to university and then worked in the city as an accountant while I, 27M, started to work for my dad as a plumber at 15 and went to college to get my qualifications in plumbing and gas. About the time COVID started, my brother moved back from the city and started working for my dad, 55M, in accounting. My dad has been unwell for the last 4 years due to asbestosis. It has been really hard on the family and he is getting worse, but is still loving life. I have been running the business for the last 2 years. We have expanded and now have 50 vans in the fleet, with 1 qualified and 1 trainee allocated to each van. COVID was hard in the beginning, but we have bounced back. My dad still works on tools with me on Fridays, half a day then back to my place for some beers. Friday is also the only day I'm on tools now, as I'm doing everything to run the business. Well, last month, he told the family he was stepping down from the business due to his health and wanting to spend more time with my mother. He is giving the business to my brother, and wants me to step down from acting CEO. This upset me. I've been with the business for 12 years. At the beginning, it was only me and my dad. My brother never wanted to be a part of it. He said it was not worth his time, but now he's the boss, and I've been dumped back to a heating engineer with a £20,000 pay cut. He doesn't have any clue what we do or how to do it. I spoke to my dad and he told me that my brother deserves it for all he has done, that he has a family, and that he went to uni and I didn't. A lot of the workers are upset about the decision and have told me they will go where I go. I told my dad that if that is how he feels, then I would leave and start my own business. I have not spoken to my dad or brother since, and have told them to never contact me. For the last month, I've had thousands of calls and messages from family saying some very hurtful things, and telling me I'm ungrateful for what I have. In the morning, I will contact the large clients I've worked with over the last 6 years. I know we had some sites postponed due to COVID, big money, and I will try and take them over. I have 20 of my colleagues wanting to come to work for me, and I've saved nearly all of the money I've earned over the last 12 years, so I think I have enough to get myself on my feet. Update 1. I want to clarify that I'm not starting a business to destroy my brother, as much as I want to. I've spent almost 13 years building my dad's business, and I don't want to see anyone out of a job, or for the business to die. It's about 5 a.m. in England right now, and I will be going over to talk to my father at about 8 a.m. I'll take him out for breakfast and a talk. I'm not sure if I will get a proper answer from him, but I love my family and want my future kids to know them. Update 2. This morning when I arrived at my parents' house, my mom opened the door and looked like she had been crying a lot. My dad came over to talk to me and we went out for breakfast. He didn't say a word on the way there, or when we arrived. Only on the way back did he ask if we could pull over and talk, and I can honestly say this was the first time I saw my dad cry. I asked why he did this to me. He said he didn't know. So I kept pushing, and he finally told me he owed it to my brother for not being there for him as much as he was for me when we were growing up. There were times my brother needed him but he was working. I couldn't believe it. After 12 years of hard work, that was his reasoning. I told my father I had spent half my life working to do everything for the business, and the fact he could throw me to the side just because his other son came back hurt more than I could explain. He told me he already knows, as someone had told them how I am feeling. To my surprise, he wasn't mad. He seemed remorseful. He told me my mother has been in pieces after hearing what other people think about how badly she's treated me, and she thinks I will never talk to them again. My dad told me that after hearing it all, he realized he should have split the business between us as it would need both of us to keep progressing. He apologized to me for never telling me how proud he was of everything I had done. He thought I already knew how proud he was. Unfortunately, my brother now has full control of the business. My father has no say anymore, and my brother would never go 50-50. He told me he wants me to go back to the business as my brother will need me. I told him that's not my problem anymore after they demoted me and cut my pay. I tried to make it work for 3 weeks but my brother wouldn't listen, and didn't believe I knew what I was talking about. He kept telling me he knows how to run a business, so I left. Why work my socks off there when I could do the same work and make more money for myself? My dad broke down. He said that he had destroyed the family and should never have done what he did. I don't understand why it took this long for him to realize I was a valuable piece in the company. Update 3. I have had a couple of Zoom calls with some clients today, and they have gone very well. I have been informed that they will all be sending me signed proposal letters for the up-and-coming work. Luckily, the site start dates don't clash, which was one of the main things I was worried about. 3 of my colleagues have now left the business, and have spoken to my dad informing him why they left, and that they will be coming to work with me by their own choice. To hear them tell me this meant a lot. They all have between 5 and 10 years more experience in the industry than me. At the moment, I have all we need to start a new business. I own 3 of the vans, and tools that I have built up over the years. I am looking forward to the new venture in my life, and I can't wait to share this with my children when I have them. Then I received a call from my father asking me to come over for dinner. I was unsure at first but thought it was probably a step in the right direction. On arrival, my whole family was there. I went in and the atmosphere dropped. My mom wouldn't look at me, and my brother just sat there acting as if I didn't exist. My dad came and asked me and my brother to come into his office. He started to ask when I was going to return to the company as they needed me early Monday morning. I could not even believe what I was hearing. I told them both that I was not coming back and had started my own company. I also asked him what he meant by we, since he gave the business to my brother. My brother started to lose his temper, telling me if I cared about the company, he doesn't understand why I would leave. I used some very choice words before telling him that I have always cared for the company, and spent 12 years of my life working to make it successful. Unlike him, who swans in and takes all the glory. I said I will not sit there and be treated the way they have treated me, and I told him to get lost so I could talk to Dad. I asked my dad what this morning was all about. First, he's telling me he's sorry, but then expects me to go running back. He couldn't even look me in the eye, so I left. I said goodbye to my cousin, nieces, and nephews and walked out. I've been writing for about 3 hours on and off. Update 4. So the new business is going very well. We have a lot of work coming in and we're making good money. I will be looking at expanding at the end of the year. So I'm very happy with that. My fiancée and I are also very happy. She is busy planning the wedding of her dreams. She wants me to wear a suit, but tough luck, I'll be in my kilt. I couldn't be happier than I am right now, waking up to her every day. She is there for me no matter what, and has been my rock through everything. But then my immediate family, my father, brother, and mother, still refuse to talk to me. They have told me they will not be attending the wedding, even though they haven't been invited. My mother has called my fiancé but hasn't said much, only asking about wedding stuff. She won't talk directly to me. My fiancé's family has been amazing. They have been helping with the wedding and everything else, and I'm extremely thankful for everything they have done for us. The rest of my family have now backed off and apologized, and they want to make amends for everything that was said. Myself and my fiancé are set to have our wedding in November. We sat down together and have decided to try to have children after we are married. We are both excited to be parents.